Dr. Anand Ranganathan's book Hindus in Hindu Rashtra, Eighth-Class Citizens and Victims of State-Sanctioned Apartheid, Ranganathan skillfully handles a variety of subjects, including the state's control over Hindu temples, the treatment of Hindus in Kashmir, the consequences of the Waqf Act of 1995, the discriminatory impacts of the Right to Education Act, and legislative actions that target Hindus while appeasing non-Hindus. First chapter, State Control of Hindu Temples. He draws attention to the appropriation of monies, the encroachment on temple grounds, and the appointment of non-Hindus to temple boards, all of which serve to further exploit Hindus and their religious convictions. Second chapter, Injustice towards Kashmiri Hindus, highlighting the horrific massacre they endured and the subsequent injustice and neglect. Also, the significance of recognizing and redressing the injustices faced by Kashmiri Hindus. Third chapter, the Waqf Act, 1995. It grants the Waqf Board unmatched authority to claim any property, including those owned by the government. Ranganathan highlights the far-reaching effects of this act on common people. Fourth chapter, the RTE Act. Its severe restrictions on Hindu schools have caused thousands of institutions to close, but so-called minority institutions, Muslim, Christian, and so on, have been exempted and are free to spread their religious views. Fifth chapter, Legislations that appease non-Hindus but target Hindus. The legislative target Hindu religious practices with discrimination, highlighting the judiciary's partiality in changing Hindu customs and remaining silent about other religions. Sixth chapter, Judiciary that almost exclusively tries to reform. Hinduism, Muslim and Christian raiders such as Aurangzeb, Babur, Francis Xavier, Tipu Sultan, and others are still celebrated and glorified in school textbooks and national events. Seventh chapter, Celebrating those who killed and converted millions of Hindus. The falsity of the history taught bros in Indian classrooms by examining the broad exaltation of historical personalities accountable for widespread genocides against the Hindu population. Eighth chapter, Places of Worship Act, 1991. It denies Hindus the opportunity to restore historical temples and delves deeply into the discrimination that Hindus face on their own land, despite their millennium-long presence in Bharat.